everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is KateSemeniuk. I'm a hypnotherapist, and let's get to the very important topic that is probably a lot of people are feeling right now: anxiety and fear of a new school year, both for kids and for the parents. Very often, I would say in 75% of cases, parents and kids feel a little anxious before the new school year. It starts about 2 weeks before the beginning of September, the first day of school. And some people are even excited. Some parents are excited. If you're very excited that your child is going to school, that's great. Maybe because you're really happy for the child to go to school, and maybe you're just tired of taking care and handling your kids at home. That's also possible. Then you need to work on the stress level as well in order to be more connected to your kids and to enjoy that time. But what can you do, and how can you help your kid, your child, to feel more comfortable if they are anxious and sometimes very fearful of the new school year? Why kids develop fear of school? It's because, first, it's a change. Sometimes when kids went to school when it was grade 1, it was very traumatic and emotional for them. They didn't want to go to school. If I work with my clients, half of them didn't feel good in school, didn't feel well, didn't feel confident, didn't feel happy in school. So many people don't feel great in school just because it's a new environment. It starts of the comparison, isolation, bullying for many people. And though America says they are very on top of bullying, we all know it's not. And if your child is anxious before the school year, it may be because their subconscious mind, and for kids, subconscious mind is very strong. If for you as an adult, you have that little bit of critical thinking and logic, you can still kind of, work on your fears better than the child can. For the child, the subconscious mind brings in all the triggers from the past. All the triggers from the past year. So if they had an emotional year, for them, when they are during summer, they can feel more relaxed, more safe, more okay. And for some people, they get very anxious because it triggered. Every time they think about school, everything that is unresolved will be triggered for them. And remember, our mind always reminds us of something that is not resolved. It will always, no matter how deep the child or the adult starts to bury their conflicts, their unresolved conflicts, the more it's going to talk to you. In a year, in 5 years, and even later. The mind always looks for resolution and for explanation. So if your child is fearful, anxious before the school year, how you can help your child? First of all, try to help them with whatever happened in the past. The only way you can help your child is to help them reprocess whatever is emotional. Some parents don't even notice that their child is bullied and is not feeling well in school, not feeling confident. And don't get me wrong, there are people who actually feel happy to go to school. For example, people who are open, who are confident, who have lots of friends, and the school associates with safety and fun. For some people, school is the only safety they can get. So if they are from abusive relationship, from abusive environment and home, addicted, parents, or neglectful parents, abusive parents, they might see school as safe place, as the best place. So we're talking right now when actually at home everything is okay and your child is fearful of the school year. How you can help? First, help them to resolve whatever happened. Be more attentive to how they feel. If they become more quieter, before the school year, 1-2 weeks, maybe right before the school starts, a couple of days before, when they become more quieter, which means they're going inwards. They're going inwards and trying to resolve whatever it is. If your child becomes more anxious, becomes more anger, right, more frustrated, snappy even, as well, it's the same pain as when the child is very quiet. When you have a good connection with your kid and they actually tell you, Mom, I don't want to go to school. I hate school. I don't like school. It could be for a couple of reasons. Either they are abused, bullied in school, or they feel isolated, like they don't have any friends in school. And the other reason is because they just don't love school because home is better. For example, kids love to play video games and they cannot do it in school. They will choose, the mind always chooses the easiest resistance. Like usually, if you don't work on your mind will choose the path of least resistance, always. Unless you train your mind. But the child cannot train their mind, right? You can help your child do that. So observe how your child behaves before the school starts. When you feel they're becoming panicky, then the school triggers something even more serious. So if they become having panic attacks before school, and I'll tell you this, my daughter had her first panic attack last year, and it was so disappointing for me in terms of like, what do I do wrong? I was in the hypnotherapist school. I worked so much in my mindset, and we come to school and my daughter has a panic attack. When in reality, she just got triggered because she saw her old friends that she wasn't happy to see, all of the bullying moments, maybe some comparison, feeling that I'm not good enough. So there was a lot of that triggered, and it was very emotional. And then the panic attack happened. So we had to work on that as well. If your child is having panic attack before school, you need to help your child, not to take her by her hand and bring to the therapist and kick them out into the office and say, go fix yourself, or the therapist. No. This is the work of the parents as well. The biggest work, actually, is for the parents. Create a safe environment for your child. So this is how you can help talk to your child. And sometimes kids don't want to talk to you. They're like, oh, Mom, it's okay, everything's fine. Find that time when you can actually completely be present, when you don't demand answers. Very often parents demand answers. Tell me what's wrong. Tell me what happened. This will not work. Kids are free spirits. They will defy, they will be resistant. They don't want to listen to you when you make them do something. Or when the child becomes adapted to that controlling parenting and dictative parenting, then yes, children can talk to you, but better to be on more free terms, more warm, kind terms with your child. I don't know if you have ever noticed that grade 8 and 9 for people sometimes becomes the worst years of their life. And at first I couldn't really realize that it's a pattern, but my grade 8 was the hardest year. Grade 8 and 9 were the hardest years of my whole school life. It's the age of like 14, 15, sometimes 15, 16, but 14, 15, it's the most emotional time. 13, 14, 15 is the most emotional part. And the less the child knows what to do with their emotions, the harder it will be for them to regulate them or to do anything, to express them when they go to school. So that grade 8, grade 9, the biggest dramas happen, bullying, comparison, competitiveness, I'm not good enough, isolation, when, the group of people isolate one girl or boy out of the group. That feels so traumatic and so emotional for kids. Create that safe space for your child where they can, at least they know that if I come home, I can decompress. I can release that stress. I can talk to my parents. I can be with them. I can spend quality time, create that. I know that life sometimes take over and you don't have time because you are so absorbed in your own stuff. But whatever seed you put right now, you're going to make it either harder for them or easier for them. And you get to choose. For now, when they grow up, they get to choose. I hope this information is valuable. Please help your child before the school year. Their subconscious mind takes over in the emotional time. It's very strong. So if you feel like your child is very emotional, help them by being compassionate, by loving them unconditional for whatever mood they have, for whatever word they say, because everything they do is a reflection of what is inside of you. So I hope this is valuable. Please comment below if you have any other tips that can help kids to prepare for their first or any other school year, and be healthy emotionally and physically. Bye.